warm welcome to Thorough Newspaper Analysis, which is presented to you by Losico. So today we'll discuss important articles from the newspaper of 29th May 2021. So today we have two important articles of the day. The first is titled as Democracy at Stake in Nepal. This article talks about the political crisis which is going on in Nepal. The second article is titled as Virtual Campus Real Loss. This article talks about the UGC proposal for e-learning in the higher education system and how it can be detrimental to the education system of India. Thirdly, we have some item in the news and flash section. This newspaper analysis is presented to you by me. My name is Ankita Parida. I have completed my BTech from IIIT Bhubaneswar and MTech from ITR, and I have completed my LLB from Fakirmon University, Odisha in 2020, and presently I am working as a trainee associate with Losico. You can reach out to me at my LinkedIn or Twitter handle, which is mentioned here. So moving to the quote of the day, known is a drop, unknown is an ocean. This is a very famous Tamil proverb. It means that the wise knows that the knowledge we possess is like a drop of water, and what we don't know is like an ocean of unknown. So one must stay humble and stay in the quest of gaining wisdom. Moving to the MCQ question for the day, which of the following is true about integrated vaccine complex? Your options are option A, it was established under the National Health Policy 2002. It is located at Chengalpattu. Option C, HLL Biotech Limited runs IBC. And option D, all of the above. You can write your answers in the comment section below. The descriptive question for the day is, what is the current political crisis in Nepal? What should be India's stance in such a situation? Discuss. You can write your answers in 250 to 300 words. So here is a new segment update. We at Losico are pleased to announce that from 1st June 2021 onwards, we will be sharing a separate and more comprehensive video for news in flash covering all daily important news information relevant for competitive exams, especially the judicial services, law entrance examination, and other legal examinations. The video will be uploaded in both Losico Judiciary Test Prep and Losico CLAT Test Prep YouTube channels. So the first article of the day talks about India's stance on Nepal crisis. This article talks about the country Nepal is facing its severest political crisis in decades because of repeated dissolution of parliament from last December to May this year. As we know, Nepal came up with its new constitution in 2015, which made it from a Hindu monarchical state to a federal democracy. Mr. KP Oli was appointed as the Prime Minister of the state and Vidya Devi Bhandari was the President of the state. However, it has been seen that there has been many autocratic decisions taken by the Prime Minister after his appointment, and based on it, one of them are the Constitutional Council Act Amendment Ordinance, which talked about a quorum which needed to be taken, which is important for taking an important decision. And to its astonishment, only 3 people are needed to take a decision or an important decision for the nation. And it was opposed usually by the opposition party. Based on it, there were many political instability in the country, and based on it, there was dissolution of the parliament in last December. It has been seen that ever since the appointment of the Prime Minister KP Oli in the country, there has been various border issues and various other political issues has come up between the India and Nepal, which were having very good relation before. The first issue was the Kalapani boundary issue. As such, we do not have a very withstanding border issue with Nepal ever since our friendship with Nepal. However, after the appointment of Mr. KP Oli, it has been highlighted that Kalapani boundary issues has been there, and India constructed a road of 75-kilometer length, which goes to the Kailash Mansarovar pilgrimage in the Kalapani boundary. Also, after the coming of this constitution, there has been seen that the Madhesi communities were discriminated. These people are the people who are living in the Tarai region or the southern region of Nepal and Bihar and Uttar Pradesh, and they are having family ties with the people in Nepal. So we see that there has been major difference in opinion between the India and the India's interest and the interest of the Prime Minister KP Oli, and based on it, it is said that India is supporting this instability and political crisis to take benefit from it. However, the author says here that there can be no benefit if the political crisis exists, because both the countries if both the country will be affected from this political crisis, and a major lacuna in this will be that a vacuum will be created and China can impose its interest on Nepal, which can be very detrimental for the interest of New Delhi. So what should India do to this? So India needs to give a constitutional support to Nepal, and also because Nepal is acting as a buffer state between China and India, and India has many border and other kind of issues with China. Therefore, it should maintain a very cordial and friendship relationship with Nepal, no matter what. And because of that, India need to have a multiple forum engagement with Nepal, and the people to people link must be increased, and the interest of the Madhesi communities should be also addressed in talks with the administration of the Nepal. Moving to our second article of the day, it talks about blended teaching. Recently, it has been proposed by UGC to encourage blended teaching in higher educational institution by replacing the face-to-face teaching with online education. So it has been a proposal by UGC, which is in public forum right now, and it talks about 30% of the courseware should be in the online forum, and it should be increased gradually to 70%. So it has been feared by the author that this will bring great disadvantage to the higher education system to the country. So let's see what is the proposal. This document released for public feedback claims that this move would seek to liberate the student, and there shall be a shift from top down and teacher centric and one size fit to all for approach, which ignores diversity of students, to a blended approach providing students autonomy, instills a disposition of self advocacy, promotes student ownership, and enable them to learn in their own pace. So this this document, which has been released by UGC, basically talks about replacing the face-to-face teaching to an online forum. However, there has been various problems with it, and also it talks about the appointing of best teachers in the forum and replacing the existing faculties. It has been seen that India is facing a great digital divide, in which the poor and the SC/ST community mostly are not getting exposed to the digital platform, and they're not having any means to get into this digital learning platform. So this policy refuses to acknowledge the digital divide and imposes uniformity and attempts to replace teacher. If this kind of proposal comes into being in the post-pandemic era also, and though it talks very good that it will liberate student and it will shift the top down approach and teacher centric approach, in which the teacher chooses the subject, and it teaches one size fit all approach, in which the teachers teaches the specific subject to all the student, in which one size fit all is implemented, to a student centric approach, in which the student will choose its subject. However, though it looks very good on paper, it can be very detrimental for the future of the country and the student, because higher education institutions cannot be so good on the online platform. They need to be on the physical platform, because they play a very important role, not only for students but also to provide space for teachers. in which the academia also grows in the country. The teachers are not merely the knowledge providers, but they have a responsibility to introduce students to all sources. Also, we know that teachers become idols of children or the students many a times, and we idealize our teacher as the best version of ourselves, and even people learn from the teacher's personality. So therefore it is very important that a student has a physical interaction with the teacher especially, and also with the students of other strings and the senior students of the institution. Knowledge learned in the campus is incomparable to what it is learned on online platform. The interaction plays a very important role in providing a overall holistic development of a child, and it provides opportunity to be in the company of differences. It helps to democratize a company, and it also saves the political citizenship of a country. So therefore, so therefore, if such kind of decision is taken by UGC, and it is intended to make a 70% online teaching system for a higher education, it will be highly detrimental to the higher education system as per the author. Next, we have some item in the news and flash section. So let's see. Workshop on International Memory Studies. So Asia's first International Memory Studies workshop was hosted by IIT Madras, preceding the official launch of Indian Network for Memory Studies, INMS. The second, we have second meeting of BRICS Serpas and SOS Serpas was conducted, and India chaired it. It was convened under Indian chairmanship from 25th to 28th May 2021. 28th May, that was yesterday, was World Dugong Day. Dugong or sea cow is one of the 4 surviving species in the order Sirenia, and these are the herbivorous animals that live exclusively in the sea. These are listed as vulnerable on the IUCN Red List and are protected under Schedule 1 of the Wildlife Protection Act 1972. There are only almost about 200 dugongs in the Gulf of Mannar, Tamil Nadu, the Andaman Nicobar, and Gulf of Kutch, Gujarat. Next, DGCC Mobile Training App 2.0 was inaugurated. Director Secretary Dr. Ajay Kumar launched the Director General National Cadet Corps NCC Mobile Training App version 2 in New Delhi, and this app will assist in conducting countrywide online training of NCC cadets during the COVID-19 pandemic condition. The fifth item we have National AI Portal first anniversary. It is a joint initiative by Ministry of Electronics, IT, National E-Governance Division, and NASCOM, serving as the central hub for AI-related news, learning, articles, events, and activities. The sixth item we have is TM Kalyanam passes away at 101 age in Tamil Nadu. The freedom fighter TM Kalyanam was a freedom fighter and who was the only last surviving member of the Constituent Assembly of India. He has been a member of Parliament, Legislative Assembly of Tamil Nadu, and Council as well. So this was all for today. Thank you.